Welcome back to the Grown Folks Basic Training. This is day 2. Today we're going to try to talk about some of the importance it is that you carry smokes on you at all times and you train yourself in learning how to use them properly and quickly. It is suggested that normally you carry 2 to 3 smokes at all given times, and you need to really train yourself that the moment that you see a teammate get knocked, one, that you're close enough to be able to throw smoke on them, but the other thing is as soon as you see them go down, you need to throw a couple of smokes on them to give them cover no matter where they are to try to keep them from getting thirsted. This is very crucial if you want to keep your teammates alive, especially in a battle in close quarters or even at long range. They may not always be able to get behind an object. So you just want to train yourself to always carry smokes and always be thinking as soon as someone goes down, you need to throw smokes on them to protect them and give them some cover to get picked up. If you can train yourself to always be thinking about when your teammate goes down, you're ready to throw smokes. This is very important in the squads for all of your teammates really to be able to do this. But you always want to be able to do that just so you can give them that extra coverage so that even if you can't reach your teammate, maybe another teammate can come in and feel more comfortable about picking them up without getting shot. So carrying smokes on you, a lot of times some people just don't seem to do it, but it is a highly crucial component to surviving in this game. So you want to be able to notice when your teammate goes down and just train yourself to quickly be ready to throw smokes to cover them, to give them proper cover so that they can get picked up and not get thirsted. This is one of the things that many people seem to fail to do quite often in this game as teammates, but when you're playing with teams, you want to do all that you can to help your teammates survive. So sometimes just laying down that extra bit of coverage is all that it really takes. So it's a really important thing to learn to do, but it just takes practice and training. You gotta train your mind to think quickly in these situations. Now these are one of the big functions that smokes are used for, but another one that often also people don't think about. In this situation here, you use 2 smokes and you may not have any more. You may have to kill someone and find some as you're getting closer to the end of the match. You want to try to keep 1 or 2, at least 2 smokes on you, if at all possible, in the inventory, because you just don't know when you're going to find yourself in a situation in the last couple circles where quite often you're not in an area where there's a lot of coverage. So you have to make your own coverage by throwing smokes out. We're making a kind of a wall in front of your team so that the other teams can't see you to shoot you when you run out into the open to get into the circle. So learning to carry them to protect your teammates is one thing, but another one is, especially when you get in late game, because a lot of times you end up out in the open, you really want to try to make sure that you're keeping a couple of smokes in your inventory so that you can, give your team a little extra coverage that you need to get out. Like in this situation here, we were in a house, had to get out. There was multiple people around us. You see, it was 18, 14 other people left besides our team. You want to be able to provide that extra coverage so that your team can get out and then get into position. So, these are just a few tips that you can use smokes for, but the biggest thing and really is the key is training yourself to carry them and to mentally keep an inventory of how many you have, and just knowing, when you need to use them. But you have to normally use them quickly. You have to keep in mind, normally it takes a few seconds after you throw them for them to actually produce enough smoke to give you proper coverage. So that's something that you want to try to do to try to, keep all these things in mind. One of the things about PUBG is that it's not just a shooting game. It's a lot of strategy involved. It's a lot of thinking involved, and you've really got to be able to think ahead. If you're just reacting on the go all the time, you're likely going to end up dying a lot. You got to be able to proactively think ahead about the situations that you're in and what you need to do to get out of them. So learning how to carry smokes, learning how to use smokes properly, learning when to use them and how to use them to give yourself cover for your teammates to get picked up, and even giving yourself cover when you find yourself forced out into the open with nowhere to go. Sometimes you can throw six. If everyone on your team has a couple of smokes, you throw six smokes out in front of you in the final circle or two. You might give yourself enough coverage that you can take out the last remaining team. Whereas otherwise, you would have just been sitting ducks out in the open. So one of the key things is you got to learn how to use smokes, carry smokes, and be ready to use them at all times. And they're very helpful when you're out in the open trying to get from one place to another. Well, we hope that you have enjoyed these tips, and we will continue with some more tips in the future. Try to make this video a little shorter than the last one. We'll try to do shorter installments so they're a little easier to get through. And thanks for watching. And if you enjoy our tips, be sure to like and subscribe. And if you're looking for a crew to join, we have links that you can join our crew and get in our Discord. Thanks a lot. We'll catch you next time. Good luck on the battlefield.